And we welcome you to the world famous arena that is Madison Square Garden in Manhattan, where I am Vita Productions, and we are presenting another NBA 2K presentation of the 2025-2026 NBA season playthrough here. The date is November 28, 2025. That is Black Friday in the United States. And we have a matchup in the Eastern Conference between the Milwaukee Bucks and the New York Knicks. See the Milwaukee Bucks starting lineups of Cole Anthony, Gary Trent Jr., Kyle Kuzma, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Miles Turner at center. And for the Knicks, we got Jalen Brunson, Michael Bridges, OG Anunoby, Josh Hart, and Karl Anthony Towns for the Knicks starting lineup. This is the final game of the first schedule block here. Tomorrow we start the second scheduling block, as the Knicks are the final team to be featured in this season playthrough. The Bucks have already been featured once, and they won against the Toronto Raptors in that game. You see Brunson for three. That is off the iron, and Miles Turner will grab the rebound here. The Greek Freak with it. Giannis has it. He's coming around here. Passing it over to Turner. Turner for three. He drains it, and the Bucks are off to a quick 3-0 start. Brunson with it. Coming through. The Knicks are an Eastern Conference best 14-3. You see Cat for three. He misses that as Antetokounmpo will get the rebound. And the Bucks are 10-9 on the season. Teams actually could be meeting up in the playoffs, though. We'll see how that happens here. I see that is a miss. I see Cole Anthony finding back over to Kyle Kuzma with under 5 to shoot here. Kuzma coming around from the free throw line. Basically, that is off the iron. No good, but Antetokounmpo will get the rebound and the slam dunk. And the Bucks off to an early 5-point lead. Here at the world famous arena, Brunson for deep three. That is no good. Kuzma will grab the rebound. A lot of games have already been taking place throughout the course of the day on the calendar for this season playthrough. On this day, as you see, that's a failed alley-oop attempt as Anunoby will get the steal. Josh Hart coming around back over to Towns. Towns for three. That is off the iron, and Kyle Kuzma will control the rebound there for the Bucks. We're already up by 5, just 2 minutes into the game. Kyle Kuzma coming around. Kuzma still holding on to it. Pass it over to Turner, and Miles Turner with the layup. That is good. And the Bucks have scored the game's first 7 points in this game as we have our first timeout. 9:39 to play in the first quarter. You are watching NBA 2K on Vita Productions. Actually, I don't know why I did that, because we are gonna stay here for this first timeout. As anybody who's new to this channel, I am Vita Productions. I do sports video games on this channel. Maybe an occasional game vlog, as you can see. Go through my channel, you can see that I did a vlog for when I was at a Sharks game last month. But this project right here is NBA 2K 2025-2026 season playthrough, and that is basically I play one game for every 2 to 3 calendar days. That I play the game, go through the stats, go through a post-game ticker, go through the results of the games that were played on those 2 to 3 calendar days, followed by an injury report or any news and notes that are worthy. I also do college football 26 content. Right now, I'm currently figuring out at the time of this time of the recording of this game, the 3 games I'm going to be doing for week 12. 3 or 4 games I'm going to be doing for the week 12 simulations. I don't even have the first video out until Wednesdays because of the college football playoff rankings coming out on Tuesdays, as well as I'm planning on doing my own 28-team tournament. I already have the first projected video. You can watch that after this video. I'll post that video up for that, as you'll get all the bells and whistles for that. As you see Towns with this. We're back from the timeout. Brunson finding back over to Bridges. Knicks have yet to score in this game. Hart for three. And that will still continue as Gary Trent Jr. will grab the rebounds here. No 0 points in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. That's how long into the game we are, actually. Kyle Kuzma with 8 on the shot clock. Passing it back over to Giannis. Giannis coming around. Giannis, easy layup. Don't know what happened there. The Knicks just stood like a deer in the headlights there. And the Bucks are now up by 9, scoring the game's first 9 points. Anunoby with it back over the Bridges. Bridges from deep 2. That is off the rim, no good. Kuzma will get the rebound. Giannis coming around, and that is good, and it's 11-0. Kuzma will get the assist there. And another timeout by the Knicks. Not even a minute after the timeout, they call their second one. We're going to take a timeout this time here. 8:26 left to play in the first. You're watching NBA 2K on Vita Productions. Back here at Madison Square Garden. 8:26 left of the first period, or the first quarter, I should say. And the Bucks off to an 11-0 start already. Anunoby is going to inbound it. Finds over to Josh Hart. Being guarded by Giannis. Back over to Bridges. Bridges coming around. Still holding on to it. Passing to Karl Anthony Towns. And Towns puts the Knicks on the board for the first time in this game. Took them nearly 4 minutes to get their first points of the game. You see Giannis is going to throw that away. And that's going to go out of bounds. And the Knicks will get the ball. As I said, this is the final game of schedule block number 1 as the Knicks are the 30th and final team to be presented in this season playthrough. See Brunson with it as we're over 4 minutes into the first quarter here. 6 to shoot. He needs to get a shot up pretty quickly. Brunson will get the shot up. That is off the rim. Anthony will get the rebound for the Bucks. Over to Giannis. Antetokounmpo with it again. As we're down to 7 to shoot. He's going to come around with the layup. That is good. And Anunoby called for the foul. That's his first, as Giannis is going to go to the line to try to complete the three-point play. And he'll make it. The Bucks up by 12 right now. And we're not even halfway through the first quarter yet. See Bridges with it. Back over to Josh Hart. Over to Hart for deep 2. That is off the rim, no good. Gary Trent Jr. grabbing the rebound for the Bucks. Back over to Giannis. Giannis still has it. He's coming around, and look at that slam dunk right there. 14-point lead for the Bucks. You see Brunson coming through. Brunson in the paint, and he's fouled. He's going to go to the line. Cole Anthony is going to be charged with the foul there. Brunson will go to the line for 1 after making the shot, as you see Clarkson coming into the game for the Brunson coming into the, Clarkson coming into the game now. Brunson's at the line. And he'll sink it. You see Giannis again. Antetokounmpo with the bucket there. It is 18-5. Bridges coming through. Back over to Towns for three. That is off, no good. Antetokounmpo gets the rebound. Kuzma finding it over to Turner. Miles Turner loses it for a second, but he was able to regain it, and he gets the bucket there. And it's a 15-point lead now for the Bucks as we are over halfway through the first quarter here. Miles Turner with 7 points on 3 of 3 shooting. Cat, that is no good. As Giannis will grab the rebound for the Milwaukee Bucks. (20-5), the Milwaukee Bucks are on top. You see Giannis passing over to Miles Turner. Wow, that was like a no-look pass there. That's 9 points for Miles Turner, with Antetokounmpo getting the assist there. Brunson finding it over to Clarkson, not Jalen Clarkson. I think that's Jordan Clarkson. Brunson, that bucket is good. Brunson has 5 points in this game. He's averaging over 30 points this season. 22-7, the Bucks on top. And there's a bucket for Cole Anthony. That is off the iron, and Karl Anthony Towns will grab the rebound there. Bridges coming around now. You see Michael Bridges. Oh, he passed that one over to Hart, and Hart almost lost that for a second. Brunson, that shot is up, no good. Antetokounmpo gets the rebound there, and he has it again after the pass to Cole Anthony. Back over to Trent Jr. now. Trent Jr. for three, no good. Cat with the rebound. Michael Bridges passing it over to Brunson, and Brunson with the layup. That is good. Jalen Brunson, 7 points for the Knicks. He scored 7 of the 9. Antetokounmpo, another easy layup there. He's just bullying these Knicks. And no surprise, you see there on the graphic, he made all NBA first team last year. Bridges coming around, and there is a reaching foul called against Cole Anthony. That's a second. We're going to get some substitutions for the Bucks. And for the Knicks as well. Robinson into the game now for the Knicks. Brunson still in the game as he has 7 of the 9 points. Mitchell Robinson had 10 points in the win against the Hornets in their last game, as I believe that is Brunson's going to the line again, yes.
Take a break. 2 shots.
As I said, he has 7 of the 9 points already. Brunson makes a shot, and that's good. 24-10. So the Knicks do reach double digits before the end of the first quarter. And Brunson now has 8. Karl Anthony Towns, by the way, has the only other 2 points for the Knicks. And that is 9. The first 2 points for the Knicks that were scored in the game were by Karl Anthony Towns, and Brunson to score the last 9 for the Knicks. They still trail by 13. Antetokounmpo misses that as Mitchell Robinson grabs the rebound. Josh Hart with it. Got a mixture of both starters and the bench players out on the court for both teams. Brunson from the free throw line. That is off. No good. Kyle Kuzma grabbing the rebound. As we see Rollins. Rollins are with it right now. Rollins coming around being guarded by Brunson, passing it over. That is no good. Ryan Rollins had 13 points and 2 assists in their last game against the Miami Heat in a win. I see Brunson coming around. He has 11. 8 of them in the paint. 24-13. I said they led by as many as 17 the Bucks have in this first quarter. It's an 11-point game right now. I see Giannis coming around again, bullies his way. I think he's in double digits himself, double figures in points as well. See Brunson with it. As we are under 2 minutes now to play until the end of the first quarter, you see Mitchell Robinson from a nice pass by Jalen Brunson. That's his first 2 points of the game, and Brunson will have an assist in this on that play. Giannis with it, coming around, passing back over to Rollins. As I said, Rollins had 13 points in his last game. They see Kuzma misses that as Jordan Clarkson will get the rebound. Clarkson passing it over to Josh Hart. Clarkson had 27 points and 3 assists in their win against the Hornets the other day in their last game. Brunson from the free throw line, no good as Giannis will grab the rebound. Porter Jr. coming around for the Bucks. Porter Jr. will get the bucket. The Bucks shooting 13 of 19 right now, and the Knicks 6 of 19 as we are under a minute to play in the first quarter. It's a 13-point lead for the Milwaukee Bucks. Brunson passing it over to Hart. Hart back over to Clarkson. Over to Towns. Karl Anthony Towns for 3. He drains it. The Bucks still up by 10 with 40 seconds to play here in the first. In an effort that has been dominated from start to finish, so far. You see Porter Jr. for 3. That is off the iron, no good. Robinson gets a rebound, pass it over to Clarkson. Clarkson will get the layup in. Whoever thought it's single digits with under 30 seconds to play here in the first. 22-12. The Bucks have the edge there. You see Giannis there with the bucket. He has 19 of the 30 points. 19.6 rebounds already in that first quarter. See Brunson coming around. That is blocked, and that will do it for the first quarter here. It has been a dominant effort from the opening tip. The Bucks leading the Knicks 30-20. We'll be back here at Madison Square Garden. You are watching NBA 2K on V-Dub Productions. We're back here at Madison Square Garden here as the Bucks will inbound to start the second quarter. Porter Jr. for 3. That is off. No good. Mitchell Robinson will get the rebound as Brogdon has it. Malcolm Brogdon into the game for the first time over to Jordan Clarkson. Clarkson finding Robinson, and Mitchell Robinson with the slam dunk. That's 4 points for him. Bucks still leading by 8. Brogdon, Clarkson, Robinson, Bridges, and Hook Porty into the game. As you see, there's a bucket made. Bobby Portis Jr. had 10 points and 10 rebounds in the game against the Heat in their win. You see Jordan Clarkson coming through, and it's back to an 8-point game again. Knicks only shooting 10 of 24 in this game, with the Bucks 15 of 23. Taurean Prince into the game for the first time for the Milwaukee Bucks. Over to Portis Jr. Bobby Portis Jr. Kevin Porter Jr. with the assist. So there's a Bobby Portis Jr. and a Kevin Porter Jr. for the Bucks. Jordan Clarkson about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Under 10 to shoot. Passing over the Hook Porty, I believe that's his name. And he'll get the slam dunk there. That's his first 2 points of the game, and it is an 8-point game again for the Bucks on top by 8. Approaching 2 minutes to play in the second quarter. Portis Jr., he misses that one as Hook Porty will have it. Bridges coming through, back over to Clarkson. Clarkson coming around with the layup, and that is good. It's only a 6-point lead for the Knicks. Clarkson 6 points. 6 points in mid-range, actually, all coming off the bench. As we're starting to see some starters coming back into the game for the Milwaukee Bucks. waiting at the scores table here as we're 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. 34-28 Knicks. Portis Jr. for three, and he drains it. And that leads back up to 9. Clarkson coming around. Back over to Hawk Party. He misses that one as Portis Jr. will grab the rebound. Rebounds per game. Milwaukee Bucks 46.8. 10th in the league in the season playthrough. They have 16 already. Porter Jr. though. Kevin Porter Jr. puts the Bucks back on top by 11. Bridges for three. That is no good, but there's the offensive rebound. As Mitchell Robinson will get the put up there as timeout by the Bucks. 8:34 to play in the second quarter. It's 39-30. We're going to take a break. And we are back here from the world's famous arena in Madison Square Garden. The Bucks leading the Knicks by 9 with 8:34 to play in the second quarter. It has been dominant by the Bucks from start to finish. They've led by as many as 17. As we see Giannis back into the game. He had 19 in that first quarter. Over to Cole Anthony. Back over to Trent Jr. Trent Jr. with a jumper. That's good. And the Bucks are back on top as that's Gary Trent Jr.'s first 2 points of the game. See Karl Anthony Towns back in the game now, as well as Michael Bridges. Bridges for three. That is off the rim, and Gary Trent Jr. will grab the rebound. Over to Cole Anthony. Look at the rebound. 17-9 in favor of the Bucks. Over to Giannis. Giannis loses it for a second, and he's going to go to the line as Mitchell Robinson called for the foul. As Antetokounmpo will go to the line shooting two. As I said, he had 21 points already, or 19 points in that first quarter. Big part of the reason why they got off to, I think, a 13-0 start in this game. And he'll miss the first one. Some substitutions being made. I see Cole Anthony is going to be switching to the point guard. Kuzma coming back into the game for the Bucks. Giannis for the second shot, and he'll sink the second one. He has 20 points in this game, and it's a 12-point lead for the Bucks here. So we're approaching 4.5 minutes into the second quarter here. You see Karl Anthony Towns. 8 on the shot clock. 7. Coming around here, you see Towns passing back over to Brunson. Brunson for three. That is off, no good. You see Karl Anthony Towns, 30 points, 13 rebounds. And there's a three-point attempt there. That is good. And the Bucks are on an 11-2 run in the last 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Brogdon for three. He drains it. Malcolm Brogdon. His first points on the board. First points of this game, and it's a 12-point game again. Giannis with it. Coming around, and Giannis is going to get the easy slam dunk there. That's 22 for him in only 14 minutes of play. He himself is shooting 91% from the field. See Mitchell Robinson back over the Bridges. Bridges for three. That is no good. Yeah, I think that was Michael Bridges that shot the three. As I said, no, that was Brogdon because he got the steal there. Anunoby for three. That is no good. Portis Jr. with it. Back over to Kuzma. The Bucks as a whole scored 113 points in their last game against the Miami Heat. I see Giannis again with another dunk, and the Knicks will call a timeout. 5:55 to play in the second quarter. The Bucks are back up by 16. We're going to take a timeout. And we are back here in New York. The Bucks are leading 49-33. They led by as many as 17 in that first quarter. The Knicks were able to cut it to within 6, but the Bucks have come back and has pulled away again. Let's see, Robinson will inbound it to Jalen Brunson. Knicks looking for a spark to come here. As you see, Brunson's coming around with the layup. That is good. Brunson with 13 points in this game. That's his first 2 in the second quarter. As Giannis with it, being guarded by Towns. Coming around. Giannis, 22, but now I believe he has 26 in this game. He had 22 in the game against the Miami Heat. But I definitely know he is closer to 30 points in this game now. I think he's like unofficially at 26. Brunson coming through. Brunson with the layup. That is good. He has 15 points. Still a 14-point lead for the Bucks here. 4:54 to play in the second. Back over to Giannis. Coming through, being guarded by Towns. Pass to Turner, and Miles Turner with the slam dunk there. One-handed. Giannis with the assist there, and it's a 16-point lead again. See Karl Anthony Towns back to Brunson. Brunson for 3. He drains it. He has 18 in this game. It's 7 already in this quarter. He's starting to heat up again. They might need him to continue here. As you see, Giannis once again with the slam dunk. He has 28 points in this game. Officially has 28 points as he has 14 in mid-range. Passing over, you see Anunoby for 3. He drains it. .12-point game again. See Giannis coming around. Giannis is going to go. No, that's out of bounds. He stepped out of bounds, and the ball is going to go to the Knicks here. We look at the three-point percentage leaders this season. Knicks shooting almost under 41%, third in the league for this season playthrough as we have some substitutions being made. Brunson getting the inbound from Cat. Back over to Malcolm Brogdon. He's back into the game. Look at that. Karl Anthony Towns. And he puts the Knicks to within 10 again. 30-20 to play in the second. Cole Anthony with it. Back over to Trent. Gary Trent Jr. for 3. That is off the iron. No good. Here we go. Malcolm Brogdon with it. Brogdon had a three-pointer earlier, and now he's going to have an assist on that Karl Anthony Towns bucket. And the Knicks are within 8, under 3 minutes to play until halftime, as the Bucks will call a timeout. Bucks had a 16-point lead, and now the Knicks have trimmed that margin by half. 2:54 to play in the second quarter. We're going to take a break. This is NBA2K on Vita Productions. And we are back here in New York. Bucks leading it by 8. They led by as many as 17. They have not trailed at all in this game. Not even had a tie except for 0-0. And I believe that is Kuzma that's going to be looking for somebody to inbound it to, and he'll inbound it to Cole Anthony. 2:50 to play in the second quarter. Anthony back to Gary Trent Jr. That is off the iron. Karl Anthony Towns grabbing the rebound as Anunoby has it. Back over to Hart. Josh Hart passing it over to Bridges. Bridges for 3. That is no good. Cole Anthony grabbing the rebound for the Bucks. Kuzma with it. As I said, 55-47. As you see, Giannis coming around. That is good, and it's back to a 10-point lead. The Bucks have had their way all night against the leaders of the Eastern Conference. And see Brunson coming through. Coming around. Jalen Brunson. There's a layup, and that is good. Jalen Brunson has 20 points. 20 of the 49 on 8 of 15 shooting. He's definitely been the best player for the Knicks in this game. And there's 3 by Cole Anthony, but that's no good. Karl Anthony Towns has a chance to cut this deficit to 2 possessions. They did get to as close as 6 early in this quarter. You see Karl Anthony Towns, that is no good. As Giannis will grab the rebound. You got rid of Kyle Kuzma here. Kuzma with it. Under 8. Now under 8 to shoot. Now under 5. You got to get that shot up deep inside. He's going to try to come inside. Kuzma gets the shot off. That's no good. Karl Anthony Towns with the rebound. See Brunson with it. Passing it over to Towns. And Karl Anthony Towns with the dunk. It's only a 6-point game. Under a minute to play until halftime. 57-51. Bucks on top. Antetokounmpo with it. There's a Gary Trent Jr. 3-point attempt. No good. Brunson with the rebound. Under 40 seconds to play until halftime. There's a 3-point attempt, but that's no good. Giannis with the rebound. There are about 30 seconds to play. Kuzma for 3. No good. But Giannis will grab the rebound. Back over to Gary Trent Jr. 8 to shoot. 7 to shoot here. Back over to Kuzma. Kuzma, 4. Giannis for 3. That is no good. Hart with the rebound. 7 to shoot. They have until halftime. Got to get that shot up for 3. Brunson misses it, and we are going to go to halftime. The Bucks got off to a 17-point lead in that first quarter, but the Knicks have been able to weather the storm. It's only a 6-point game now as we head to halftime, where the Bucks leading it 57-51. We are going to take a timeout for halftime. Back here at Madison Square Garden as we're getting ready to start the second half here. The Bucks leading at 57-51. See, look at Giannis highlights here. He has 30 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, as you saw on that little graphic before the end of that first half, or at the halftime report here. 6-point game though. As I said, they got off to a hot start, scored the game's first 13 points. They have not looked back a little bit. See Anthony, Trent Jr., Turner, Kuzma, and see Giannis with the bucket there. And Kuzma are on the court to start the third quarter for the Milwaukee Bucks. You see Brunson over the... Well, going back to Brunson here, back over the Bridges. Bridges back over the Brunson. Jalen Brunson, there's a jump shot there. That is good. Jalen Brunson has 22 in this game. Giannis has 32. You see Giannis Back over to Kuzma. Kuzma coming through. Kuzma for three. That is off. No good. Is it over? As you see, Bridges is going to go to the line with an and one opportunity as Kyle Kuzma is going to get called for the foul. That's his first. It's going to be an and one opportunity as Michael Bridges made that layup in the act while getting fouled. Has a chance to cut this deficit to three. As I said, the Bucks were up by as many as 17 in that first quarter. And he'll sink it. It's only a three-point game now. As I said, the Knicks looked left for dead in that first part of the first quarter. Especially when the Bucks, as I say, got off to that start with it. And he loses that one, and that's going to be out of bounds, and the Knicks will get it. I think that was wise of the Knicks to not try to pick it up. Hart will inbound it to Brunson. Brunson coming around, back over to Bridges. Bridges for three. That is off as Giannis will grab the rebound. Double-double for him. And he's going to lose it again, and that will go to the Knicks again. That's back-to-back turnovers against the Bucks. If we look at their upcoming schedule, 3 of the next 4 games will be at home. Home games against the Nets, at the Pistons, and they have back-to-back home games after that. Anunoby back over to Brunson. Anunoby back with it, trailing by 3. Brunson for 3. He drains it, and we are tied. That's 25 points for Jalen Brunson. Big part of the reason why the Knicks have been able to scratch and claw their way back and tie this game. Giannis with it. With 7 to shoot. Gives it over to Kyle Kuzma for 3. That is off. And could the Knicks take the lead for the first time in this game? Tied at 59. As I said, it was 22-5 at one point. The Milwaukee Bucks on top. Brunson coming through. Brunson with that shot up. That is no good. Cole Anthony will grab the rebound. So we're 2.5 into the third quarter. Finding it over to Giannis Antetokounmpo. Miles Turner. Finding back over to Gary Trent Jr. Back over to Cole Anthony here. Giannis with it. He could shoot the 3 if he wanted to. He does shoot a 3-point attempt, but that is off. As Karl Anthony Towns will grab the rebound. So Giannis with 32 points. There's a shot. Jalen Brunson puts the Knicks on top for the first time. Brunson with 27 points, and the Bucks will call a timeout. We're going to call a timeout. You are watching NBA 2K on Vita Productions. We're back here in New York. We look at points this season by point guards. You see Jalen Brunson in third place amongst point guards with 30.7 points a game. See Miles Turner inbounding it over to Cole Anthony here. Knicks lead for the first time in this game. Who would have thought that after how this game started? You see Gary Trent Jr. for 3. That is off as Anunoby will grab the rebound. Back over to Brunson. Brunson, he has 27 in this, or make that 29 in this game. It's a 4-point lead. 63-59. As we're over 3.5 into the third quarter here, Miles Turner coming through. Back over to Giannis. 3 to shoot. Giannis will get the shot up. That is good. And that stops the bleeding for a second. Antetokounmpo has 34 points in this game. 2-point lead for the Knicks. So we're 4 minutes into the third quarter. Brunson coming around the layup. That is no good as Giannis will get the rebound. I said he has a double-double. Kuzma for 3. And the Buck. No, that was in. I guess it said he was inside, and we're tied again. 2 ties and 1 lead change. That's the only game trend so far. You see Bridges coming around. Bridges back over to Towns. Towns for 3. He drains it, and the Knicks are on top by 3 again. Carl Anthony Towns starting to heat up. See Gary Trent Jr. for three. That is off. Giannis will get the rebound back to Kuzma for three. He will drain this time. We are tied up at 66 again. Over to Michael Bridges. Josh Hart with it. Back to Anunoby. 10 on the shot clock. Over to Brunson. Brunson for a deep shot. That is no good. Antetokounmpo will get the rebound. Kyle Kuzma with it. Back over to Giannis again. Giannis, can he try to put the Bucks back on top? Kyle Kuzma here. We got 8 to shoot. Back over to Cole Anthony. Anthony for three. And he drains it. And the Milwaukee Bucks are back on top by 3. But it seems like we have a game going on now. As we see, there's no good. Brunson had a chance to get into the 30-point range himself. Back over to Giannis. Giannis almost stepped out of bounds again. Trent Jr. for three. That is off. Giannis will get the offensive rebound and a put in. And the Bucks are now on a 12-3 run again. Bucks back up on top by 5. Brunson for three. No good. Kuzma with the rebound. Cole Anthony for three. No good. Carl Anthony Towns will get the rebound as he passes over to Michael Bridges. Back over to Hart. Brunson with it. Approaching 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Under 5 to shoot. Brunson going to the line, and he will shoot 2 instead of getting the and 1 as Cole Anthony called for his 3rd foul in this game. Jalen Brunson has led this charge. As I said, the Knicks were down by as many as 17, but the Knicks have come back and had the lead for a while. They're up by as many as 4 in this third quarter, before the Bucks went on a surge of their own to be back up by 4 now as Brunson hits the first one. I believe he's now at 30 points. Giannis is getting a breather as Porter Jr. is in the lineup on the floor. Clarkson into the game for the Knicks. Brunson shoots them both as a timeout by the Bucks, I should say. 5:05 to play here in the third quarter. The Bucks leading it 71-68. We're going to take a timeout. You are watching NBA 2K on Vita Productions. Back here in New York. We have a close one right now, 71-68. The Bucks leading the Knicks. 5:05 to play in the third. There's a Turner inbounding it over to Cole Anthony. We're now 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Bucks up by 3. There's a shot by Kuzma. That is off, no good. Josh Hart will get the rebound. Hart coming through. Back over to Towns. Back to Hart. Jalen Brunson. 31 points in this game. Big part of the reason why the Knicks are still in this game. Even had the lead for a while. As you see, Brunson, now he has 33. Yep, 33 points. You see Kuzma for 3, and he drains it, and the Bucks are back up by 4. Quiets the crowd a little bit here at Madison Square Garden. Back over to Carl Anthony Towns. Towns winning right now. Back over to Brunson for 3. That is no good. Bobby Portis Jr. with the rebound. And Gary Trent Jr. back over to Cole Anthony. Cole Anthony back to Turner. Turner for 3. That is off the iron. No good. Hart will grab the rebound. Gives it over to, I believe that's Brunson. No, that's not Brunson. That's Clarkson. Never mind. But he hits the 3 anyway. It's back to a 1-point game. 3.5 to play here in the first. Or in the third, I should say. Back over to Cole Anthony. Cole Anthony back to Miles Turner. Miles Turner will get that nice shot up. That's good. It's a 3-point lead again. Cole Anthony does get the assist on that. Hart with it. Back over to Brunson. Brunson for 3. That is no good. Bobby Portis Jr. will get the rebound as you see Kyle Kuzma has it. Kuzma back over to Bobby Portis Jr. Trent Jr. with it. They got 4 to shoot. Trent Jr. bucket. That's no good. Brunson with it. 2:35 to play here in the third quarter. 76-73. Bucks on top. Carl Anthony Towns to Clarkson. Clarkson for 3. That is off the iron, and Miles Turner will control the rebound for the Milwaukee Bucks. Both teams starting to hit a little bit of a dry spell here as far as shooting. As you see, Kuzma with the 3-point attempt, no good. Hart will get the rebound for the Knicks. See Bridges with it. Wow, he's a little bit out of control for a second, and he will lose it to Gary Trent Jr. Under 2 to play. Over to Kuzma. Kuzma back to Portis Jr. and Bobby Portis Jr. with the bucket. It's a 5-point lead. Points off turnovers. That's the first 2 points off turnovers by the Bucks as the Knicks will call a timeout here. Milwaukee up by 5 with 1:42 to play in the third. Back here in New York, the Knicks up by, or no, the Bucks up by 5 here. Knicks had a lead for a while, but the Bucks once again pulled ahead. Up by 5, you see Jalen Brunson back in there. 35 points in this game. No, that's not Brunson. Never mind. That is not it. Back over the Bridges. As we're about 1.5 minutes to play. Bridges with it, coming around. And he's going to be deflected, and that's no good. Prince will have that. Control for the Bucks. Porter Jr. for 3. He drains it. Kevin Porter Jr. with the 3-pointer. It's back to an 8-point lead. It was 6 points going into the third quarter. The Knicks, you see Mitchell Robinson. Should have just gotten the slam dunk there. I don't get why he... Bridges. Jumper, no good. Again, wasted opportunity for the Knicks. Could have gotten a jump shot, slam dunk there. That would have happened in real life, I'll tell you that. See Ryan Rollins with it, back over to Portis Jr. Bobby Portis Jr., no good. Got it with the rebound, if that's how you pronounce his name. See Clarkson. Clarkson coming around with the layup, and it's good. It's a 6-point lead. Kevin Porter Jr. with it now. See Porter Jr. passing it back over to Bobby Portis Jr. That is no good. Robinson with it, and you see Bridges. Chance to cut the deficit to 2 possession. Or no, it is a 2-possession game. Robinson back to Clarkson here. 4 to shoot, 3 to shoot. Clarkson for 3. That is no good, and that will do it for the third quarter. Third quarter ends where we started, a 6-point Bucks lead. We'll be back for the final quarter here. Starting the fourth quarter here in New York. The Bucks leading it 81-75, and we're not even going to see the assist of the game this time as you see Anunoby passing it, inbounding it to Clarkson. They see Clarkson for 3. That is off as Antetokounmpo gets the rebound. Giannis didn't really do as much scoring-wise, but he still had his way there as he's going to go to the line as Carl Anthony Towns will get called for the foul. That was a shooting foul, as I said, Giannis got fouled in the act of the dunk. And he made it, so he'll get 1.
Mind the lane. Mind the lane. 1 shot.
1 shot. believe that's out 36 for the Greek Freak. And he'll make this one. 9-point lead for the Bucks. Bucks led by as many as 17. The Knicks were able to come back, actually have the lead for a brief period of time in the third quarter. So Giannis coming around, and Giannis, he's going to be blocked as Karl Towns will get control for the Knicks. Anunoby coming around. Back over to Clarkson. 9 to shoot. 7 to shoot. And we got 5. You see Karl Anthony Towns. He misses that one. I believe that was Portis Jr. that had the rebound. No, Kevin Porter Jr. now has it. Back over. There's an alley-oop to Giannis. Kevin Porter Jr. with the assist there. Back over the Cat. Over to Clarkson. Clarkson coming around. There's the layup, and that's good. It's a 9-point lead again. Jordan Clarkson, 13 points for the Knicks. And an effort off the bench. Giannis with it. Giannis coming around. Giannis with a slam dunk. He has 43 in this game. As I said, we had one 50-point performance here. You see Jordan Clarkson shoots the 3. He drains it. It's an 8-point lead now for the Knicks. We had one 50-point performance, and that was by Kawhi Leonard for the Clippers. You see Clarkson. He is continuing his hot shooting here. He has 18 in this game. And the Knicks are within 6 again. Giannis coming through. As I said, he misses that one, but Giannis, though, has had his way in this game. There's a 3-point attempt. That is good. I believe they said Jordan Clarkson with that bucket again. He has 21 as a Greek Freak comes around. That's 45 for him. Looking at the field goal percentages here. The Bucks shooting 56%, the Knicks 47%. 5-point lead for the Bucks. Clarkson coming around. He has 21. I believe he has scored the last, I don't know how many, but now that 23 for him. I believe that might be the last 10 points he scored for the Knicks. Portis Jr. coming around. There's a 3 for him. No good. Clarkson will get the rebound here. It's a 3-point game. Karl Anthony Towns for 3. That is off the iron, and Kevin Porter Jr. will grab the rebound for the Bucks. Giannis coming around. That's 47 for him, and the lead is back up to 5. Malcolm Brogdon has it for the Knicks as he crosses the half-court line. Back over to Clarkson. Clarkson to Robinson. Robinson almost lost it for a second. Passing back over to Anunoby. Clarkson, though, will get that 3-point shot up. That's no good. Antetokounmpo will get the rebound here. Like I said, he has 47 in this game. The Bucks up by 5. Giannis coming around. He has 5 to shoot. Prince passes it back over to Ryan Rollins. Rollins has to get that shot up. That is off. That is no good. Robinson will get the rebound. 5 minutes into the fourth quarter. 5-point game. Anunoby with it. And he loses it. Portis Jr. will get the steal there. And you see Ryan Rollins with it. Pass it over to Giannis. Back over to Rollins. Rollins for 3. He drains it. It's an 8-point lead again for the Milwaukee Bucks. Malcolm Brogdon has it. Brogdon back over to Clarkson. Clarkson with a jump shot. That is good. Jordan Clarkson, I believe, now has 25 in this game. Jalen Brunson led the charge for a while in that first half, but now it's Jordan Clarkson off the bench as Brunson is taking a breather. I believe he's waiting to get back into the game. I thought Rollins for a second lost it. You see Porter Jr. for three. That is off. Anunoby will get the rebound for the Knicks. Chance to get it to. I see Malcolm Brogdon with the layup. That is good. It's a 4-point game again. Bucks are not going to run away with this game, it seems like. You see Giannis for three. He can hit those, but he doesn't hit this time. Jordan Clarkson has been on fire. Clarkson coming around. He gets that shot up. That's for three. I believe that was Brogdon for three. And it's a 1-point game as Clarkson will get the assist there on that three. Antetokounmpo back over to Taurean Prince. Prince coming around. He'll shoot for three. That is off. Brogdon with the rebound, and the Knicks with a chance to retake the lead. They led on two different occasions. You see Clarkson coming around. Clarkson layup, no good. Portis Jr. will get the rebound as Rollins will have it. Under 5 to play. Giannis, jump shot, no good. No points for the Bucks in the last 2+ minutes. Karl Anthony Towns, slam dunk, and the Knicks are back on top by 1. 4.5 to play. 96-95. Giannis with it. He's coming around. Against Karl Anthony Towns, and Giannis is going to go to the line. As Cat is called for his second foul. And Giannis Antetokounmpo has a chance to put his team back on top. As I said, he has 47 in this game. Look at the scoring breakdown. Points off of assists, 63. Mid-range points, 30. And he'll make the first one. We are all tied at 96 again. Tomorrow, don't forget, we start the first schedule block, or we start schedule block number 2, and we will be in the Rose City where the defending NBA champion Oklahoma City Thunder will travel to play the Portland Trail Blazers. This will be both teams' second time featured, as that one is missed, but you see Miles Turner with the offensive rebound and the easy slam dunk, and the Bucks are back on top by 2. So tomorrow's game will be Oklahoma City at Portland. You see three-pointer there, Jalen Brunson. First time I called his name in the fourth quarter, and the Knicks are back on top. That starts schedule block number 2. That will be on tomorrow, or for those that are watching this at a later time, I see Cole Anthony puts the Bucks back on top by 1 as they reach the century mark. Got Hart here. And that one will be up around 5 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday, November 11th, 2025. Though the calendar on this season playthrough for that game will be November 30th, 2025. Kuzma with it, back over to Giannis. Giannis has 48 points in this game. Could he be the second 50-point performer here? He loses it as Clarkson will get the steal there. There's 3. 3-point attempt, no good by Karl Anthony Towns. He had a chance to put him back on top. Cole Anthony back over to Giannis. Giannis back over to Turner. Turner, he's rejected by Karl Anthony Towns, and Anunoby will control it for the Knicks. 2:15 to play here in the fourth. 199, the Bucks on top. Said Milwaukee led by as many as 17 in the first quarter when they got off to a very hot start. Brunson coming around, he loses it. Dangerously close for a travel there. Cole Anthony had the bucket last time around, or earlier, that put him back on top. Kuzma, 7 to shoot, deep 2. That is no good. Josh Hart will grab the rebound. Knicks going the other way. Brunson coming around. He passes it up. Anunoby for 3. That is no good, and Antetokounmpo will get the rebound for the Bucks. Cole Anthony. Over a minute and a half, under a minute and a half to play, as Kyle Kuzma will put the Bucks on top by 3. We will have a timeout. We're going to take a timeout since I announced the game already. You're watching NBA 2K on VW Productions. And we are back here in New York. The Bucks leading it 102-99. And the one thing I forgot to mention for the Knicks, you see there, Mike Brown, the head coach, his first season with the Knicks. Just about over 2.5 years ago, became the first. You see Brunson, there's no good there. The first NBA coach to win a unanimous Coach of the Year, and that was when he got it the Sacramento Kings to end their playoff drought. That's out of bounds, and the Knicks will have it. Giannis for the 3rd time in the second half loses it out of bounds. We look at Karl Anthony Towns' block. As we are a minute and 6 to play here. But it is kind of funny how that's been the coach of that award's been the coach of death, kiss of death for head coaches over the last decade, where they don't last more than maybe a couple seasons later. You see Brunson with the bucket. He has 38 in this game. 102-100. Under a minute to play here. Giannis, he's at 48 already. He passes over to Kuzma. Kuzma for 3. That is off. No good. Karl Anthony Towns with the rebound. Jalen Brunson. There's a 3-point attempt. That is no good. Kyle Kuzma with it. Do they foul? They don't foul you just yet. Over. Kuzma for 3. That is off, and we will have a timeout by the Knicks here. 19 seconds to play. It's a 1-point lead for the Knicks. We're going to take a timeout as well. You're watching NBA 2K on VW Productions. And we are back here at Madison Square Garden, 102-101. The Milwaukee Bucks on top. This has been, nobody would have ever believed how the game started off. This would have been a back and forth game, but as I always mention, basketball is definitely a game of runs. Bridges just barely stays on the right side of the front court here. 10 to shoot, 9 to shoot. They might have to try to get something going here. Bridges over to Brunson. Brunson coming around. Brunson with the bucket with .2. And the Bucks will call their final timeout. 0.2 seconds left, and the Knicks are in the lead. We are going to keep it here, though, because there's no point of going to a timeout or taking a break with .2 here. As I mentioned, the Bucks scored the game's first, I believe, 13 points in the game. And then they had as large of a lead as 17 points. And the Knicks scratched and clawed their way. They finally went on top for the first time in the third quarter. The Bucks try to go back on top again. But the Knicks just did not give up. They have fought. Jalen Brunson was a big part of this surge for the New York Knicks. He didn't panic. I believe he's now over 40 points in the game. Giannis has 50-something points, or close to 50 points. I have to believe he's just a little under. I believe he's still at 48. However, this is .2. You're going to have to get it, and you're just going to have to tip it. This is not a catch and shoot. Catch and shoot would be .3. But .2, you're just going to have to figure out a way of getting it to the net and having somebody tip it in. .2 to play here. The Knicks on top on a Jalen Brunson tip in there. Kuzma. And that's it. They didn't get it off in time, and the Knicks will hold on for a victory. Being down by as many as 17 in the first quarter. And the New York Knicks, the best team in the Eastern Conference, comes back from behind and wins 103-102. Definitely an early game of the year candidate here, as you see Karl Anthony Towns being interviewed by Allie LaForce, which you cannot hear that because I turned the game commentary down so you can hear my annoying commentary. But what a game to end schedule block number 1. And Jordan Clarkson's going to get player of the game. Okay, I thought maybe that would have been Brunson. But Clarkson, I think, deserves it as well. And don't forget, we are not done yet. Now, looking at the statistics for this game. First, starting off with the New York Knicks as the home team and the victorious Knicks. You got Jalen Brunson, 40 points. He did have 1 rebound, 3 assists, but his biggest bucket was with .2 left of this game. That completed the comeback from behind victory for the Knicks. And man, what a game this was. Jordan Clarkson off the bench, 25 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. He also led part of this comeback as well, especially in that fourth quarter. He went off in that fourth quarter, so he deserves player of the game there. Karl Anthony Towns, 16 points, 15 rebounds, 3 assists in the block. Malcolm Brogdon, 8 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists and a steal. Mitchell Robinson off the bench had 6 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 assist and a block. Michael Bridges, only 3 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists. OG Anunoby, 3 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals. Ariel Hokporty, 2 points, 1 rebound. Josh Hart, even as a starter, no points. He only had 5 rebounds and 1 assist. Pacom Dadiet, or however you pronounce his name, he only had 1 rebound. And then we have Miles McBride, Landry Shamet, Tyler Kolek, and Kevin McCullough Jr. They did not play for the Knicks. And now for the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis, 48 points, 20 rebounds, 8 assists. He was close to a triple-double. He had himself a game, and he had his way throughout most of this game. It's unfortunately for him, he did not make the shots when it mattered. As you saw, the Knicks did come back from behind and win this game. Miles Turner, 15 points, 6 rebounds. Kyle Kuzma, 10 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Bobby Portis Jr. off the bench, 9 points, 7 rebounds, and a steal in the block. Cole Anthony had 8 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. Kevin Porter Jr., though, had 7 points, 1 rebound, 4 assists. Ryan Rollins, 3 points, 1 rebound, and 2 assists in a block. Gary Trent Jr., 2 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 steal. Taurean Prince only had 1 rebound and 1 assist. Tyler Smith had nothing in the 4 minutes of play that he had. And now we look at the players who did not play. Chris Livingston, Jericho Sims, Andre Jackson Jr., AJ Green, no, not the former Bengal wide receiver. We have Amir Coffey. Those 5 did not play for the Milwaukee Bucks. And those are your statistics for this game. It is now time for the post-game ticker brought to you by 2K Sports. And we start off with Friday, November 28, 2025. And we have the first game where the Cavaliers go into Atlanta and take care of business, winning 143-126. The 76ers go into Brooklyn and take care of business. They win 138-91. Charlotte upsets the Chicago Bulls 126-112. The Magic get back in the win column. They win 132-121 over the Detroit Pistons. In Indianapolis, the Wizards 31 points better than the Pacers, 128-97. In a game that we just saw, the best team in the Eastern Conference come back from behind from 17 down in that first quarter. And it was a back and forth game in that towards the very end. Jalen Brunson wins it with a tip in with 0.2 seconds left. The Knicks win 103-102. The Nuggets 134-110 winners over the San Antonio Spurs. The Thunder 125-107 winners over the Phoenix Suns. In Salt Lake City, the Kings light the beam, winning 126-110. I wonder if the beam went off the Mormon Tabernacle in this game, since the game was played in Salt Lake. And the Memphis Grizzlies fall for the first time since before I showcased their first game against the Spurs. They fall 137-123 to the Los Angeles Clippers. And in Crypto.com Arena, the Lakers have a comeback from behind win. They win 117-115 over the Dallas Mavericks. And now for the games on Saturday, November 29th. We have the Minnesota Timberwolves still off to a league best 18-1 start. They win 127-104 over the Boston Celtics. The Raptors go back to 500 with a 124-118 win over the Charlotte Hornets. The Pacers also go back to 500 with a 102-84 win over the Chicago Bulls. The Heat 129, Pistons 112. The Bucks this time will take care of business, especially in that second half, winning 116-93. This time they were not going to play any games after that first quarter, or after that first half, I should say. Second half, they decided not to play games. They're like, oh no, we're not going to let what happened last night happen tonight. So they get back on track. The Pelicans 137-128 winners over the Golden State Warriors at Chase Center. The Suns 131-127 winners over the Denver Nuggets. And last but not least, the Los Angeles Clippers 123-97 winners over the Dallas Mavericks. So that was not a good trip to Dallas, or not a good trip to LA for Dallas. As you see, the Dallas Mavericks are now below 500 for the first time this season. They were 7-0, but now they are 3-11 in 14 games since then. And that will do it for the post-game ticker, as my friend RJL Network would say. If your team won, congratulations. If not, there's always tomorrow. And now we look at the injury report for the game for after the games played on Saturday, November 29th. We start off with the 76ers. VJ Edgecombe, the rookie, lower bruised back day-to-day now. He's recovering. Bucks have no injuries. Bulls, nothing. Cavaliers, Struss, still out 1 to 2 weeks. Larry Nance Jr. now day-to-day, but both of their statuses still stay hurt. Jason Tatum, of course, still out 4 to 6 months. Same with Chris Paul, still out 1 to 2 weeks. Grizzlies, nothing to report. Let's see. Zachary Rishaze, still out 2 to 4 weeks. Terry Rozier Jr., as you know, is suspended indefinitely for his involvement in the gambling scandal. Tyler Hero recovering sore left foot day to day. Hornets, nothing to report. Neither are the Jazz. The Kings, Drew Eubanks still out day to day. Same with the Knicks. Gasharon Yabusele, he's still out. Lakers, nothing to report. Magic, Wendell Carter Jr. and Tyus Jones still out. For the Mavericks, Lively and Irving still out. Michael Porter Jr. and Terrence Mann, and I believe now it's Keon Johnson out for the Nets. The Nuggets, Bruce Brown still out. He's now day-to-day, though. Tyrese Halliburton, we already know. Pelicans, no injuries. Jaden Ivey still out 2 to 4 months. Raptors, no injuries. Hornets, Van Vliet, we know. Shungun still out. He's actually now day-to-day, though. Dylan Harper now out for the San Antonio Spurs. He is day-to-day with that bruised left shoulder. Suns, nothing to report. Thunder, Isaiah Hartenstein still out 8 to 10 weeks. Minnesota Timberwolves are now without the services of Julius Randle for 2 to 4 months. And as I mentioned, Lillard, Sharp, Shaden Sharp and Kamara still out. So we're not going to see Kamara tomorrow for the Portland Trail Blazers. The Warriors, no injuries to report, and then Cam Whitmore for the Wizards still out 8 to 10 weeks with a torn right meniscus. And those are your injuries for the games played after November 29th, 2025. And as I said, tomorrow, or in case you're watching this at a real later date, November 11th, 2025, will be the November 30th game featuring the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Portland Trail Blazers. This starts schedule block number 2. Both teams are only featured in schedule block number 1. I know for sure the Thunder won their game because they opened up the season playthrough as the defending champions on banner and ring night. The Trailblazers, though, lost to the Houston Rockets in their only appearance so far in the season playthrough. So we start schedule block number 2 tomorrow, or I should say November 11th at 5 p.m. Eastern is when that video will be out. So thank you very much for watching this. If you enjoyed this content, please do leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and hopefully we'll have some more exciting games like we have had the last week or so with that Indiana Cleveland ending, and then of course the ending for this game as well. Don't forget, College Football 26 content will be back out on Wednesday. Week 12 will start, I believe, Wednesday, November 12th. There will be no NBA for that game because this ends the month of November. So instead of a game being played, I'm going to go make a video going through statistics for the month of like the October, November first month. Go over the awards as well as the standings. So do keep an eye on that as well. And that will do it for this video. Reminding you guys, the final score on a Jalen Brunson tip-in, or a Jalen Brunson shot with 0.2 seconds to play. The New York Knicks come back from behind from 17 down to defeat the Milwaukee Brewers 103-102. This is Vinny from Vita Productions. I am signing out.